We know that you're rallying support for that petition to force votes on various immigration proposals. How much progress have you made on that discharge petition, and when can we expect the votes?
We've made great progress. First of all, we had a number of meetings with leadership in the House to come together on a set of principles. I thought we got very, very close, and we're looking forward to putting that information on paper so that we can have a full agreement. But we are continuing to move the discharge petition forward. So we had a number of members sign on today. We're now at 213 of the 218 that we need. And ultimately, depending on this agreement, we will be prepared to move forward when we get back.
So, Congressman, if you do move forward and you get the discharge petition, do you expect basically a bipartisan support for the DACA situation?
I want to see the House work its will. You know, the biggest challenge with immigration is that we have no timelines or deadlines. The president gave us a March 5th deadline. Congress failed to meet that. So we are forcing a deadline of our own. I do think that a bipartisan agreement is something that's going to come out of this. And it's actually something that we want because we want to see the Senate immediately take that up with another bipartisan vote and push this onto the president's desk.
OK, let's assume that all happens. What does that mean for Republicans running for re-election? And what does it mean for the leadership?
Look, I think the fundamental issue of any election is, did you get your job done? And we have failed to get this done for years, if not decades. And I think this is our opportunity to get it done.
Could Speaker Ryan face a challenge to his leadership if this petition goes through?
No, we've all supported the Speaker, and he's done a great job of leadership on this issue in bringing us all together to actually air out our differences. And that's why I think that we are very close to putting something together.
Yeah, and even if you put something together and you send it to the president's desk, ultimately it will be the president who needs to sign it. And he's made it clear that he wants money for a wall, curbs on legal immigration. So what are the chances that the president will agree to any of your proposals?
Well, we have the USA Act as one of the bills that we're taking up. It's not only bipartisan, but it deals with border security and a permanent fix for dreamers. And so I think that there are a number of different segments of the president's 4 pillars that can be added to something and still get a bipartisan vote. But we don't know that until we actually bring it up onto the House floor, which is why we need this discharge petition.
Congressman, finally, I want to pull us away from immigration for a moment and come back to North Korea, because that is the big story right now, as you can imagine,
sure,
all across the country. Do you have any initial reactions to what the president has done and what the path forward might be?
Well, I can appreciate that 2 leaders have had a good and ongoing discussion. I'm glad to see our hostages returned. But ultimately, no, it's disappointing that we're taking a step back here. I'd love to see denuclearized North Korea, and I'd actually like to see a much safer around the entire globe. So I hope these talks continue on or move forward, but that's going to be dependent on North Korea actually coming to the table.